What is up, guys? Chase here with a quick tour of a couple of different coal plants I have on my Satisfactory run, save, playthrough this time around. At the beginning of the game when I first got into coal power, I didn't have access to Mark II miners, and I didn't want to waste the extra energy on overclocking to 200%, so I used two Mark I miners on pure coal nodes, each bringing in 120 coal. If we follow our 120 coal down, you can see that I've used a manifold system to split it 8 ways, or I guess eventually split it 8 ways. I've also heard the manifold system called an overflow. If we look down here in the little crawl space, I've split all my piping up down here, nice and even. Makes it look a little cleaner. Still pretty busy though, personally. 120 split 8 times is 15, I do believe. You can check our math on that real quick. Yep, 15. So each one of these is burning 15 coal per minute, which means a node of 120 will power 8 easily, or correctly. Because I have 2 nodes of 120, I can use 2 sets of 8. If we follow our pipes down the foundations here, you can see that I was a little limited on the space, so I didn't have much extra space to build another set of generators because I didn't have enough water. Because originally that's what I wanted to do, is have 3 sets of 8 and have, I guess, 3 sets of 3 water extractors. The water is split coming out of this middle one immediately, sending half of its 120 this way and half of its 120 that way. 120 plus 60 is 180, which is conveniently what it requires per 4 coal generators, because each one uses 45. So 45, 90, 90, 2 more times, or 1 more time for 2 more generators is 180. So 4 pipes powers 16 generators. Give me just a moment, I guess, in movie magic time, I'll be across the map, clear over here, in just a moment, and you'll take a tour of my other factory. Here we are at the other factory, where you can see that my miner buildings have been inspired a little bit by Scalti. That's, I think, Scalti on YouTube. He makes some really nice videos showing like minimalistic, perfect, 100% efficient builds. I used his design for my miners specifically, even though this is kind of my own doing. Similar to the last factory, I've split the middle water extractor immediately into the 2 different lines to help the other 2 make their 8, or I guess 8 generators worth of water. If we follow this up to the top, before we get into the generators, we'll take a quick trip across my bridge here. You can see that this one's actually a Mark II miner, making a 240 coal per minute. Make it a little easier to see around here. So, the coal comes in 240 per minute and drops down through the wall into this little crawl space, you could call it. Inside of here, I've built another manifold system or overflow system where it filled up the first ones like closest to the original splitter soonest, and the ones further away got filled up later. By some fluke, I managed to forget to attach some of these pipes, and the coal actually backed up into all of the generators, even though there was no water. So now all the coal lines are filled instead of having 2 like before that don't have any coal going to them. Or I guess had very little coal going to them. They looked like they were barely filled. My piping comes up that pillar from before, wraps around the outside of this building and splits into 4 on each side. And then on the side closer to that pillar, they're just out the wall immediately, or out the pillar immediately, and split into the first 4. So 4 pipes split 4 times, 16 generators. It's a very similar build to the last one. Just spread out a little bit more. I gave myself some more space. Here I could have used an extra, I want to say 4 water extractors if I had underclocked them and used 1 water extractor per 2 coal generators. That has saved me a little bit on power, but I'm still pretty happy with how this turned out. But since people, or Ape Peoples, was asking about what my current builds looked like, I figured I'd make a quick video and show them off. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave any comments or suggestions on what you think I should or shouldn't change in the future. And see you around. Thanks.